Greetings, Cleveland, and welcome to Creative Focus, the show that illuminates some of Cleveland's most talented and creative artists across the genres of dance, film, music, theater, and visual arts. I'm your host, Cornell Calhoun III, and I am thrilled to have as my guest today on Creative Focus, award-winning filmmakers, Mr. Mike Berry and Miss Tina Hobbs. Back again.
Back again, like we never left.
Hey, thank you for being on the show. Well, let's get right into it. But I want to do a little house cleaning stuff, right? Because I know you guys have collaborated with a bunch of films. Yeah. Tina, I know that you can tell Mike he has to do Dangerous Times.
I hear that all the time.
Definitely, I'm so with you on that.
That is just one. Let me tell you something real quick. I'm a reader, an avid reader of urban fiction. Mm-hmm. That's one of the best I have ever read. I read Quan, Jessica Watkins, Ashlyn Jacobus. That I'm telling you, man, you got to do that film. So Tina, that's your job.
It is an entertaining, great read. Yes,
just definitely. Incredible.
Yeah.
All right, now I got that out of the way. So I want to know, and I think we covered a little bit the last time you guys were on the show, so separately, how you got in the film. How did you get in the film? Team.
So I actually was an extra on some Hollywood sets. And I just remember being on those sets and thinking, I could do that, you know. And a friend of mine and I started up a casting company, and that's where we met Mike. Mm-hmm. And Mike and I collaborated on our first film, which was called Secrets. And it's been, a go from there. Yeah.
Mike?
Well, mine is a little different. I've been in entertainment a long time. I got a couple top 100 albums. I wrote the books and all that, and I needed something that was going to give me the longest shelf life to be creative. I literally was sitting at a table and said, come up with something that allow you to be creative and nobody question your age, literally. And some filmmaker came in, then floating through social media. I saw this lady, her name was Tina Hobbs. We went out, we talked. She said she was a casting agent. I said, that's crazy. I just wrote a short script and we partnered on, and the rest is history. So mine was just a career decision.
So what was your first impression of Mike?
Very determined, very focused, and very creative. Like he could do anything creative, and that is just so key. Especially in filmmaking, because it's the reason why a lot of filmmakers don't finish, But when you have somebody who's just well-rounded, and very direct and know what they want, then, that makes for,
And what about you, Mike? What was your first impression of the team?
Oh, man, just a cross the T, dot the I's. You know what I mean? A focus, laser focus, and I felt like she was another me. And that's not toot my own horn, but I just know what I'm gonna do. And I was like, man, she is a female me. And I just knew this gotta work. Cause you look, you know what I mean? Like you look,
Sure. So your first collaboration was Secrets.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Mike, you wrote it?
I wrote it.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Secrets.
4 friends sitting around a poker table, having a good time, secrets revealed. Each one has been holding secrets from the other one. That was a really good story. It was a short.
Okay.
And then we shot
how long?
About 30 minutes. That was about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we shot a couple other shorts, and Tina was like, we gonna keep shooting these shorts. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Let's just package them all together and call it a feature. And we ended up putting it in the theater. We sold 672 tickets, and we knew then, oh yeah, this is a business. Yeah.
This is a business.
Now talk about the collaboration. So Mike does the writing and the directing, and you do the casting. Have you ever switched roles at all? Or?
No, but when we first started out, it was everybody did everything type of thing. So as we've grown, we've been able to kind of separate our roles. And Mike does all things creative, and then I do all things business, and it works so well, because we have the same goal and the same vision, and we're on the same page 90% of the time. So it works.
She gave me some ideas though.
Right.
Yeah, like Dangerous Times. He helped me flesh that out. You know what I mean? But I say that Tina is front office, I'm back office.
Yeah.
She, if this in any business, if it was automotive, I'm back there with the grease and the getting dirty, and Tina up there booking a job,
invoices, right?
You know what I'm saying? So, and unfortunately, I'm not a front office guy. I don't have the personality to be a front office guy. You know what I'm saying? Tina knows how to schmooze it, and I just know how to get it done. And you need that.
Right.
And you need that, you know, but
Same
she don't.
with me. I don't touch a camera. I can tell you some stuff just because I heard him say it, but I'm like, I don't touch the camera or any of that stuff.
But you've performed before, right?
I have. I started doing some acting, and that's like one of those things where I was on a set and I figured, like, sitting in front of a camera for like 12 hours doing the same thing over and over, I'm like, that's not for me. I'm going behind the scenes. So yeah, that's kind of what happened.
Now, Mike, have you ever performed?
Yeah, I don't want to act though. I jumped in some of my movies when I had to, or I cameoed through, but I don't want
to. His little Spike Lee, his little Mike Lee.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. That's what
Mike Lee.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that because I've done some cameos in some of my films. But I ain't like
you got a cameo in Banger.
Yeah. That was the first time we collaborated on Banger, you know. And I heard so much about Mike, and I came in, and Mike was stoic. Mike was like, I see you did some camera plays before. I was like, yeah. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna get this far. But I mean, it was a great experience.
Yeah, that right there was it. Banger was it. Banger is the baby. It's our baby. It was, to me, the first blockbuster, local block. I'm talking about blockbuster. We brought in Hollywood names. We had commercials. We ran 1,600 commercials on TV.
Wow.
We sold 1,000 tickets in 28 days. 28 days, 1,000 tickets. I mean, it was, I don't know, that was different. That was at the beginning, because now filmmaking is different. Everybody making movies, so it's different. But back then, man, I'm proud of what we did with Banger. Yeah.
It was actually turned out to be about 2,700 tickets that we sold to premiere. We filled out 3 huge auditoriums in Solon. 5,
yeah, we sold out 5. It's unbelievable. It was unbelievable. They came out.
The city came out.
They came out. Now, short story, I'm gonna make it clear. You know why? Let me tell you what got me through Banger. So, I did Philly Weeks movie, if you knew.
Yeah, right.
So this girl at the gym, we sell 1,000 tickets. And this girl at the gym said, y'all only did that because of Philly. So I remember thinking like, what'd you just say? She was like, y'all only sold that many because of Philly. I remember that whole time I was editing, I just kept hearing that in my voice. And I never forget when she walked into our premiere, we sold 2,700 tickets. I never forget that look on her face. We did this because of us.
Been doing it.
We've been doing, you know what I'm saying? We are our own entity.
But shout out to Philly.
Oh, no. Philly, my guy. No. Philly is a machine. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm just saying Skip Thomas and Hobbs Style is a brand, a legit brand. You know, our last movie, we sold out this event in 21 days. Our last movie, we sold out the event in 72 hours.
And then the event before that, during COVID.
So I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
And it lends to the respect and the confidence that the viewing audience has in us, in our product, but more importantly, in us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I sell me, she sell her. We just happen to do movies. I'm not selling you a movie. I'm believe in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why we've been able to be successful.
No, you guys are definitely trendsetters and people that, people like me who just got into it look up to. I mean, and that's why I appreciate you guys so much.
And you are top of our mind because we get that email every day.
Yeah,
about where Calhoun is.
Great.
Somebody told me if you don't promote yourself, who's gonna promote you? You know, who's gonna promote you? And it's great when colleagues, come back and say, hey, you're doing something.
It is.
You know
what I'm
saying?
It means a lot. More than people would.
It means a lot.
Right.
And it means a lot to support each other. Like I'm definitely going to always support you. And, so you can't expect it if you don't give it. So
both of you, what in your estimation makes a great film? I don't mean a good film. I mean, makes a great film, just like Banger, just like a couple of your other films just were incredible you guys worked on. What makes a great film in your estimation?
I think you should be entertained, informed, and inspired. So, depending on who you are in the audience. So sometimes you're just going to be entertained. But if you're a filmmaker or you a creative, you're going to be inspired. And then sometimes you're going to be informed about something, just depending on what it is. So a good film, it needs a good story. That's it. Don't matter you use 4K camera, 6K camera. Right. People get if you're not telling a good story, you don't have a good film. Tell a good story first, because that's what it's all about, is a good story. So that's number one with me.
Right. What about you, Tim?
And I agree. It's definitely the story. People will watch a film with bad everything except for sound. Sound is important too. But if you got some good sound and a good story, you know, the acting can be a little off, the production can be a little off, people will still watch it. So yeah.
Talk about your new film that you guys collaborated on, Deadly Type. Talk a little bit about it. I can see
Well,
it.
this is the first movie.
Mike is ready to go.
Let's go.
This movie is gonna be it, because it's the hardest movie I ever done. I fell into a deep depression 2 days before this filming of this movie, but I couldn't say nothing. We had a lot of money leverage, what Tina did, because she was the executive producer of this movie. So that's, you know what I mean? It's been so hard just pulling myself through the editing, through the color. I know this one is it, because it's the hardest one. And I could have folded, I could have failed, but I pushed through for her and for the brand, because she had enough trust in what we was doing to leverage a lot of money. And so I know this one is it. It's the best story. It's the highest quality. It's the best sound. It's the best of everything we ever did. This right here will be a bar raising, no doubt about it.
Now, did you edit too?
Yeah.
Did you direct and edit the film yourself?
Yeah, I edit, color. I don't want to, but that's just more money, and I'm pretty good at it. So I've edited and colored every movie we did. And I've licensed movies to Hulu, Stars, DirecTV, Dish. They never complained about it. So I want to sub it out, but right now that's just another X amount of thousands of dollars. Let's just keep it in-house. I'd do it, no problem.
Give me a little bit about the storyline, Deadly Type. That's a great title too.
Yes.
Mike come up with the title too.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is the man.
So it is a thriller, and it is about a young woman who's played by Erica Hubbard. Her name is Erin Reynolds in the film, and she moves.
Erin Cambridge.
I'm sorry. Erin, I'm getting Reynolds. Cambridge. She moves to a small town for a construction project, and she becomes involved with the local doctor. And but as she is going about her business, she notices that she's being stalked, like something is going on. And so the movie is really trying to figure out the people around her and, their meaning towards her, and this deadly obsession that is going on.
And you got some big names in there too, right? Who's some of the big?
Omar Gooding, Erica Hubbard, Mark Taylor, all people you've seen in BET movies and different TV shows. Everybody Loves Chris and all that. And so, I remember I had a partner out in LA. She said, Mike, don't always sell movies. Sometimes sell a poster.
Right.
You go to Netflix, you tend to click on movies with familiar faces. So we always try to sprinkle some familiar faces into our movies.
That's incredible.
What's different about this one, though, is we usually sprinkle them in. This time, our celebrity guests are the leads, so they're throughout the entire film. So that's huge for us.
So what's it like directing like Omar Good? What's it like directing big name performers?
Well, my personality is business. So I paid you for a service. I have a vision, operate in my vision. I'm not going to get caught up in you, Omar Gooden. You know what I mean? But it ain't no ego. It's just that I have a vision. I need you to operate. Here go the script, operating that vision. It's a mutual exchange. And after a while, they see, well, he know what he doing. And they trust you. I know you know what you're doing, because these they come to the set having never saw the script. You send them the script 2 months later, they ain't read one word. They show up on script, be like, give me 20 minutes, read it, and spit it back out like they had it. It's incredible how these actors do that. And so I just try to stay in my role, because I've been on sets where I feel like the directors was too enamored with the talent that you couldn't even direct, because you just too,
okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Make sure they in your vision.
Right.
And because you a pro, I'm gonna let you bend it, but you can't break it outside my vision. You gotta bend it and stay within my vision, or else it's not my movie.
Got you.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah. But we don't be caught up in it. It's a business.
That's fascinating to hear, Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's take a look at the trailer. We have the trailer for Deadly Type, Mike Berry, Tina Hobbs, the best.
Hey. Hey.
What are you doing back here?
I just gave her my insurance information. You guys called me.
You ain't been here but 10 minutes and you dating Lance Reynolds.
Nah, I'm not dating him.
Hey, Jay, Erin's gonna be staying with us for a few days. She had a break-in at her residence and she needs a place to stay.
Do you think he's crushing on you?
No, I don't. I think he has it in for me.
You're probably just overreacting.
Now, didn't I tell you to leave?
Excuse me?
You can't stay here. Yeah, I just wanted to put a smile on your face.
I told you I'm not looking for anything serious.
I really feel like we're perfect for each other.
I think he was in my room while I was asleep. He keeps blowing my phone up. 100 text messages, 100 DMs, 100 voicemail messages.
He's definitely hiding something.
When a girl like this comes to a warehouse to shoot up, something goes wrong, I'm not buying it.
You and I, we have a good thing going.
I didn't kill her. Or I actually loved her.
If killing somebody is love, then I don't want it.
I don't want that either.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
I can't wait. I got another question for you. So what's it like blending big name talent with local talent? Because one thing you guys always do is use the local people, giving them a shot. I try to do the same thing. I don't have the big name actors, but I feel like my people are big names. Right. So what's that like?
Well, that's very important to us. Like, we definitely want to make sure that we are always representing Cleveland, that we are giving our Cleveland actors the opportunities and our locations. So it went really, really well. And the one good thing about the guests that we did have on site is that they were all very, very nice and easy to work with. You know, they came on set, they got along with everyone, and you know, it was just like one big happy family.
Have you ever had any issues with big name talent? And you don't have their names, but
he gets along with everybody because he's got a role.
Yeah, they can be a little sometimes.
Yeah.
See, but see, Mike, and this is just my assessment. Mike has the character. I don't think anybody want to. Nobody's going to.
I'm the one that
anyway.
Mike gives them.
Mike come in. The first time I came in, Mike was just looking at me. I was like, this guy don't like me.
I think sometimes we ran into this where I feel like they feel we green or that we somehow will let them do what they want. Like we had a movie, I ain't gonna say which, and we looking for the actor, and he outside sleeping on a park bench. Like, bro, what you doing? He's like, I needed a break. I was in the casino last night. Bro. Then we had another one where a guy, no joke, we was like 30 minutes into the shoot. He's like, we ain't done yet? Hey man, let's take 15. Come over here. Bro, listen. You got paid, man. We're gonna be here 12 hours. And then you can go home. You was only here for one day. But I am very, it's a business. That's all I can say. I'm a creative, but I never get outside the business space because it's real money getting spent. And the crew, the cast, they don't understand that because it's not their money. They receiving. Right. I be feeling like, man, this don't go right. We're going to be in the poorhouse. Right. You know what I mean? So I got to treat it like a business because Tina does her part. She got him here. I feel like Tina is the person who, she brings the stove, the eggs, the bowl, the cake mix, the spoon, the gas, everything, and say, Mike, bake a cake. Now I'm the chef. I'm gonna bake this cake. I know how long to make. I know how long to keep it. You know what I'm saying? So once she do hers, just let me do me.
It's a never-ending process for both of us, though. We were very fortunate on this set that the actors that we work, Erica Hubbard, amazing. She'll be, coming in for our premiere. Mark Taylor was super easy to work with. And Omar, this is his third time working with us.
Omar.
Yeah, so, we're at a point now where we can call Omar and be like, hey, we got a role for you. And he'll come in and, so it's all love. So
how have the collaboration evolved? From the time when you first got together and y'all started working on films to now, how would you say it's evolved? Would you say?
You know what? I think it was just real kind of natural. We didn't know what we was doing. I didn't know how to direct. She didn't know how to produce. We just did what we could. And because she is an overachiever and I'm an overachiever, I got better at my craft. She got better at her craft. And we learned from the last movies what not to do to make the next movies better.
That's always our goal, is to be better than the last movie, to learn from that one and build on it. So,
okay,
we're here.
You guys definitely are. Let's shift gears a little bit, team.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Horror Film Festival. I think it's taking place June 19th through the 22nd at the Crown Plaza Hotel at the airport.
Yes. Yeah.
Talk about that.
So yes, June 19th through the 22nd, International Horror Hotel Film Festival. There are 7 co-owners that we work together.
Including Johnny Woo.
Johnny Woo, Pauline Nawaski, I'm sorry, Pauline. Okay. Scott Morrison, Scott Brozier, Tyler Thomas, and Gain Strauss.
Right. Okay.
So it's a fun event. It's 4 days of thrilling screenings, competitions. We have a convention, and networking.
And you couldn't get Mike to do a horror film?
We have a film in there.
Do you?
Old one, but you won't even know it's old.
Yeah.
It still looks
Shout out to
today.
Ray Hodge, and They Came.
It's called They Came. One actor.
Horror film. I can't believe it.
Well, Banger was a horror film.
Yeah, that's right.
Banger was a horror film.
That's right.
Yeah.
So talk about the process. So how many films and how many submissions did you get?
We get, I couldn't tell you how many submissions, but we're showing 130 films. 130. So there's something for everyone, because the genre is not just horror, it's also action, thrillers, fantasy, and sci-fi. So there's something for everyone at the festival. So and there are all types of horror films. So whatever you like, if you like slasher, if you like psychological, so all types of horror films. We also have Room 237, which is kind of like a 48-hour project. Is where teams come together in a time-sensitive manner to produce a 5-minute short. And they will compete, and we give out cash prizes actually for that, and awards. So that's always a highlight of the festival. And some of the competitions that we have is the Scream King and Queen. We have a monologue competition, which is new this year.
I was going to ask you if you had anything new from because this is a 14th. This is 14th.
This is our 14th year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But has it always been at the Crown Plaza or no?
So no, since we've taken over the new management, so only for last year and this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just found out that it's called Horror Hotel because it always happens in a hotel.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. That I thought was real interesting last year when we talked to Johnny about the festival, and he said that he found out that having it at the hotel, you have everybody right there, and it's accessible and everything.
Easy.
So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, by being at the hotel that we're at, the Crown Plaza, has everything. Everything is there. There's even like a restaurant and places where we can go and network. There's a free shuttle back and forth from the airport because we have many filmmakers that come in from out of town. So it's just very, very efficient and easy to have.
Do you have any international filmmakers?
We do. We have this year. I'm not sure, but I know last year they came from all over. I think. I can't even name all the places that the filmmakers came in, but it's been going on for 14 years. It's a very respectable, well-known festival. So we get a lot of filmmakers.
What's the most rewarding thing about being affiliated with the festival?
I think for me, it's just the fact that we are able to keep it going. Shout out to Ray Such and Christina Michelle, who who founded the festival. And when we heard that they were kind of letting it go, we knew that this was a staple for Cleveland. It's so Cleveland friendly, it's so indie friendly, and it was something that all of us being filmmakers did not want to see go away. So the fact that we were able to kind of come together and keep it going has been the most rewarding.
How did they talk you into?
Johnny called me because we've had our movies in the film festival. We win awards. They're always just so brilliant. So he actually reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get some people to save the film festival. Are you in?" And I'm not even the biggest horror fan, but I am a Cleveland Film Festival fan. So I was like, yeah, count me in. So
Do you have a favorite horror film?
I would
Or sci-fi?
say,
I'll make it easy. Horror or sci-fi? Because mine is I got a couple. I don't in terms of me want to produce one or direct one, but I like The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, okay.
I like
The original?
Yeah, the original. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, original 1956. I don't like the one with Donald Sutherland. I like the first one. I like it where the guys, remember they're at the hospital and he's trying to tell these people about the pods and they're looking at him like he's crazy. And so they basically leave the room and then they're bringing these people in and the guy says, I'll never forget the line, he says, he said, what happened? And he said, I don't know, we pulled him out of these strange things. And he said, what strange things? He said, I don't know, they little seed pods. And he said, coming from where? Santa Clara, just like the guy said, and that's how the movie is.
Now I gotta go watch that.
Yeah, you got to. But do you have a favorite?
So I like everything sci-fi. Horror, I would probably say I'd have to go back to like Freddy Krueger days. So those are just fun horror.
Those are just fun. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what, man? It's been so great having you guys.
Always a pleasure.
Anytime. You got to cast me or something.
I do.
Give me something.
We got to collaborate and get one of those movies made.
Yeah. Longwood, any of them. We can talk because y'all the guys. I know if I give it to you, I'm on my way. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
So that's it, Cleveland. We're out. But remember, a true artist is not only inspired, but inspires others. I'm Cornell Calhoun III for TV 20 and Creative Focus. Until the next time becomes our time, be well, be safe.